Good evening, everyone. How you all doing tonight? Tonight we're going to have a kind of a long episode of Prove Me Wrong. I had a super busy day. I really wanted to take Mr. Aguilar up on his invitation yesterday. However, he makes that really hard. He makes it really hard. Today, he made it even harder. I had I'm willing to bet half our casino staff warned me. That speaks volumes. Volumes. Mr. Aguilar, why do you post publicly on social media inviting us to talk with you, to ask you questions, but block us and then secure yourself like I'm coming heavily armed? I'm coming with my phone. All I want to do is ask you the questions that we have a right to know the answers to. All you people sharing this great concert coming up, this newly announced concert, this, oh my goodness, T.I. Wow, T.I. is coming to our tribe. Do any of you know who T.I. who T.I. is? I mean, do any of you know? Any of you people on our council? Did we get him at a bargain? I'm sure we did. Because you know T.I. and Tiny right now, his wife, are facing some pretty serious charges. But it's kind of fitting. It's kind of fitting that Mr. Frizzell, Mr. Aguilar would invite them here. It's kind of fitting for them to invite these people that are currently fighting a battle against how many? Let me see how many women this says. Let's see. Sexual assault allegations. Oh, wow. Drugging them. Raping them. Up to 30 women. More than 30 women. Oh, my goodness. Wow. And we're going to bring him here. We're going to bring him here to our reservation, to our casino. You ladies better be careful. You stay away from him. You stay away from him. We already have enough missing and murdered Indigenous women. But why not bring another predator? Man, we sure cater to our predators, don't we? How many managers? How many managers are pedophiles? How many managers are convicted rapists? What is wrong with you all? Being that Mrs. Robert Aguilar is the victim's advocate, you would think she would say, no. This goes against MMIW and what they believe and what we stand for. I seen this beautiful photo shoot done here. MMIW photo shoot. But we're going to bring this man here who has all these sexual assault allegations that sound pretty convincing. These ladies sound like they got a lot of evidence. These attorneys. Wow. A span of over 15 years he did this to these women. And got away with it. Just like our leaders. We're going to get more into that. The lying. How long it's been. Interesting story. Y'all look it up. Look it up on Google, whatever you use, whatever search bar you use. Look it up. T.I. and Tiny deny sexual assault charges. T.I. and Tiny currently fighting sexual assault charges over 30 women. Yada, yada, yada. Man. Let's just go through right now and pick out a few women and just take them to him. Maybe we've already done that. Like I say, in order to do your job, you should at least know it. I've had people explain the disrespect of some of the questions and treatment after being victimized. And I understand now, I can see it. All these allegations, all these rumors, all these things said by all these different people. And you think, no, this victim's advocate knows what she's doing, although she was... Was she prepared for this job? Did she know her job? Where did this come from? How could this be okay in your mind to bring this man here? As indigenous people, any of you leaders, how can we bring this man, this alleged rapist, to our reservation? But then this goes along with one of my first stories tonight, okay? How we have people that are currently in court battles for serious charges, but we hire them. Hire. Man, I hope you all are listening to this, because I had some really good discussions with so many people today. I got to look up a grant to help me do this, to fund my gas, to go and do these interviews. Anyway, any ideas, y'all, let me know, because I'm not going to stop. I'll do whatever I need to fund my little quest. Unlike these criminals, I don't just have money wherever, whenever. So, back to this, bringing this predator here. This man with such huge allegations, bringing him to our native people. Our native people. Speaks volumes, Gabe. All of you. Facing his allegations, here we go. We got our very own. Paid, top dollar. I want to know her pay. Especially since we hired her during her investigation. CFO. Big title. Sharon Scott. She came from the inn. When she was hired at the inn, I believe she was facing a lawsuit from the Otero Sheriff's Department. Look it up. Google it. It's really simple to find these people. Uneducated me. Only have my high school diploma. That's all I got. That's it. And I found all this out. And I've had a lot of help. Because there's a lot of people that don't agree with any of this as well. Okay. All right. Miss Sharon Scott came from the inn. She went to that inn and she literally reorganized it and tore that inn apart. That whole HR department. Okay. Man, and then, okay. And then Mr. Frizzell decided he didn't want her services anymore. He let her go. He terminated her. Only to be hired by our tribal accounting. Is this correct? Please, somebody, if I'm saying this wrong, please correct me, because, you know, these are just different stories, and just listening to all this, it's just, I got to try and write this down. I got to remember everything because it's a lot. It's so sickening how much there is. So sickening. So sickening, Gabe. So, we let her destroy our IMG department, their HR department. She got rid of everybody. Anybody that has a voice, I feel like. All of this is really important because it all ties together. It doesn't take a genius to put this together. Let's see. Is there a training unit at our IMG department right now? Because that report I read the other day for Mr. Frizzell, one of our biggest faults at our resort is hospitality. How we treat our customers. Do we have anybody who trains our employees on customer service? Is there anybody right now that has that job description under their title? Because you're failing. Who does customer service training? I was told today that it was Miss Aguilar. It was Miss Harriet Aguilar. Is this true? Is this true, Harriet? Do you do customer service training? Can somebody correct me if I'm wrong and let me know who does it? Because they're failing. They're failing. It's in that report. It shows to this day. Google. Go on Google. Go on Google reviews and read our IMG reviews. Go on Google reviews and read the IMG reviews. And Google's just one. Google's just one. Okay? So who is doing our training? We need to know that. Who's teaching our employees how to treat customers? Who's doing that? Who gets paid to do that? Who was brought back to do that? Wow, isn't that the president's mom? Isn't that the president's mom? And she got called back? What about everybody else in HR? Did you all get called back? Are you all back at work? Is she back at work? I'd like to know if she's back at work. Interesting. A lot of people will come out tonight. And I'm so sorry if you're offended. I am very sorry, but am I really? Am I really? Because you're coming up because people are saying you're doing wrong. You're coming up because you get paid a lot of money. And to hear you're doing wrong, we need to know. So please pay attention. You hear someone's name, share this with them. Share this with them. All these cowards are leaders. I hope somebody shares this with them. Gabe, I hope you're tuned in. Nelva, Frizzell, Tyner, Judge Dahl, Helen, Miss Yolanda Adams. I forgot about that one. Did we have tribal and elderly employees moved out of HR with college degrees? No, tell me we did not. Tell me we did not move out our precious elderly that Gabe's always referring to. An elder told me. Shame on you, Robert. Trying to use our elder like that. When you're over here replacing them. Educated elders. Imagine that. Who devoted how many years to that resort, that casino? How many years? What have they been through? How many buildings? How many offices? How many changes? Man, and they made it. These educated elders that were replaced. So Miss Sharon Scott is now down in Mescalero in our accounting office now. Oh, man. This is big, y'all. This is big. Y'all better pay attention right here. Y'all better listen to this. We need to do something about this. I don't know who all these people are. I would really love to meet you. Miss Sharon Scott, please reach out to me. I would love to meet you. Let's do an interview. All of you that I mentioned tonight, reach out to me. Reach out to me. Let me speak with you. I have no weapons but my phone. That is all I have. Myself and my phone. My mouth. That is my only other weapon, is my mouth. But I have a question for each of you. Let me ask it. I will let you answer. I won't interrupt you. I'm not disrespectful and I'm not a coward. I'm waiting for answers. We moved Miss Sharon Scott down to our Mescalero accounting. Are you all aware of how many accounting personnel we have down there already? Fully knowledgeable and able to do what this lady's supposed to be doing. Tell me why we're wasting time with our already trained, our already knowledgeable tribal people, and having them train these criminal outsiders. Why? Why are we having our accounting ladies train Sharon Scott? Doesn't she know what she's doing? We're paying her a lot of money, saying she knows what she's doing. Miss Sharon Scott, what is your background? I'm going to read a resume tonight. Pretty impressive. I'd like to see Miss Scott's resume. Jamie Valdez. Did you know Jamie Valdez was terminated twice? Listen to this part. Then selected again for an HR position. How? No experience. Wow. No experience. None. I want to work in HR. I'm sure someone could train me. Henrietta. I heard Henrietta trained. Is she back at work? No, they don't need her no more. She did her part. Let's see. So, Jamie Valdez was terminated twice, then put in HR with no experience. And now where is Jamie? Right down there with Miss Scott in our accounting office. From housekeeper, oh my gosh, to literally everything in our accounting office. Did you know she was issued a key? Oh my gosh. To our tribal center. Access whenever she needs. What's going on, you all? What's going on? She wants to take over the accounting and reorganize the whole thing, exactly what she did at HR at the IMG Resort and Casino. Are you all going to let her do that? Are you all going to let her do that? Replace all of our tribal people? to bring in more crooks, more criminals. Her charges were dismissed, by the way. She was facing charges, a lawsuit from Otero Sheriff's Department, and they were dismissed, but not until after we hired her. Any of you with pending charges, come apply. Come apply. We'll hire you, pay you top dollar. Let you just tear everything apart that all these Apache people that have worked there years, built, put in place, tore it apart with all her corruption and stupidness. Stupidness. How much will that cost to reorganize our accounting down there? What are the numbers for that? Who put her there? Why did we put her there? So she's going to create this hostile place up there at IMG. Proven she did it. It's proven. Go ask the staff that used to work there that she got rid of. And then now she's coming down to Mescalero Accounting to create that hostile environment there. Ask them. It's there. It's there. These ladies that have devoted all these years, these hours to all these leaders, literally terms of leaders, replaced by this idiot. Replaced by this idiot. How are you qualified, Miss Scott? Let's see your qualifications. Why are we training people after we hire them for a position that they were hired for because they fully knew it, they were qualified for it? But yet we're going to train them for that position. How does that make sense? Robert, Frizzell, Tyner, any of you, Nelva, any of you want to answer me? How do we have these people that have 20 plus years behind them leaving, getting suspended, terminated, whatever, let go, replaced? Let's see all these qualifications for Miss Sharon Scott. Jamie Valdez. Y'all better get that key back from her. Y'all better get that key back from her. She has no business in our office. Let's do backgrounds on all these people. Every director. Every director. Every one of you taking top dollar. I want to see your background. Have you all heard of all the people in IMG HR now that replaced other people? I'd like to know why, how or why that happened. Vernon, benefits coordinator, is that correct or am I wrong? What does that entail? What does that all entail? Is he qualified for that? How are y'all's benefits? How's your benefits? Rochelle Kettazini Bradford. She's now in charge of your risk management, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'd like to know how that happened. How did that happen? How How are all of these people that were there before these other people, just let go, replaced? This is how you take care of your elders, Robert? They want to work. Let them work. What are you hiding? What are you hiding, Frizzell? It'll come out soon enough. Okay. Here's another interesting one. So I talked to this lady, and you all know I used to work in child support. You have questions, you come ask me. I'm very aware of our codes concerning child support. Come ask me. Like I said, go to all these departments. Ask them their jobs. Ask them what they do. See if they're doing it. But any of you have questions, you come ask me. I have fought cases for a long time. There are several cases. Mr. Aguilar is very aware of them, as well as Miss Nelva Cervantes, because I have spoken with them numerous times, including Miss Terry Lee Diaz. Yes, she was there. We tried. I'm not sure how hard, but I know I pushed. I don't think everyone else put the same effort or thought the same as I did. Didn't think it was as important as I did. But there are certain courts, other tribes that will not honor our court's order. They will not. You have to go to their court, to their reservation. Just fill out a paper asking for them to recognize it and to honor that, so that we can start getting our people some financial help for their babies from the other parent, the parent that left, you know? Because, you know, our kids are important, right, Mr. Aguilar? You kept preaching that when you were doing your great baseball field, how important our kids are. Listen to this, okay? You listen to this. Because right here, I want to know how this happened. If you knew about all of our clients, you're aware of all of our clients, especially the ones out of state, the ones that I tried to go to their court, to their reservations and help these parents. And you all said no. No, I'm not the only one. Miss Michelle Palmer, she tried. Miss Leisha Salazar Uzos, she tried. All of us, we tried. We were all denied to go to these other courts. Don't you think that would be kind of learning something for us, seeing other courts, other tribal courts? No, they just kept sending us to these ridiculous conferences that we get nothing for. Same ones. I could literally tell you everything in them. We have a mother here. I would like for her to reach out to me, contact me. I was told that Mr. Aguilar and Mr. Frizzell brought a non-tribal member who used to work here, who used to reside here, who up and left his family here to do work in our casino a few months back or whenever. I don't know how long ago. I'd like to see proof of this, because this is a rumor. And I'd like for this mother, if you got any compensation from this man, because I know you all have a case. But this man works on another reservation. He left a family here of 4. This mama's taking care of them. And we brought this man back. Mr. Aguilar approved it to pay this man a lot of money. And if I'm wrong, Mr. Aguilar, prove me wrong. Call me so I can let you know who. He moved away and started a whole nother family. works in a detention, has a really good job up there. And we just brought him down here and gave him more money without taking any and giving it to his children. His tribal children, this non-tribal man. Please reach out to me, ma'am. I know you know who I am. And if I can release your name, if I can mention you, it would help a lot. All of you that have child support cases that just don't feel that our people try hard enough, let me know. Let me know. I know these laws. They changed a couple of them a while back. Did you all know that? Nelva changed a couple of them. She didn't include the child support staff as well. It was just her and I don't know which judge at that time. But yeah, they changed some. Interesting, huh? Nelva's just over here changing everything. Everything. I had one person asking our council members, our elected officials, when we have concerts, when we have any type of events, are you still getting free tickets? Do you still get free rooms? I'd like to know, because that's a form of double dipping. No, that's kickbacks or bonuses. I'd like to know. I'd like to know all of this. It's just interesting. Man. All of the IMG managers, tribal managers, we need their backgrounds. We have too many of them getting top dollar. With backgrounds that say they shouldn't, because I know that I'm not allowed because I'm a bully. I know others that aren't allowed to work because of their background. So let's see, all you departments, all you managers throughout our tribe, in every entity, let's see your background. Let's see. I would also like to know about the pedophiles. Do we keep everybody alerted of when they're working? Do their coworkers know, like, okay, this person is here, you need to be aware? Are rapists, how many of these people are out there working and none of you know you're working right next to one? How many of you are taking orders from one? How many of them are your directors? Let me know. I seen one tonight. He wouldn't even look at me. Where does our council's pay come from? What funding? How's it pooled? I'd like to know that. Today we had a post shared from a Mr. Sean Youngman. Man, you all should read his post. Did you hear what happened to him? Go read his post. Go see what it says. We have officers that are just really just letting it go. They're not even... I don't understand. I don't understand who they're working for. What is going on that we're allowing all of this to happen? Mr. Sean Youngman had his window shot out. He lives in Pena Canyon, I believe. I believe he lives in Pena. And the young man who did it is not a tribal member. Neither is his mother. They are at a home that is known for nothing but parties. Man, crazy things happening there. Crazy things happening there. And we got homeless families, but we're allowing this home to be vacated or utilized by Miss Kateri Hostovit and all of her friends. All you people that don't have a home, that live with another family member, that have to share a house, that have to live in a living room, maybe a tent outside. How many of you think that's fair? Nothing was done for this little girl that was sitting in the back seat covered in glass and all of that. They didn't check on her. They were too worried about the little boy. Mr. Youngman brought up so much stuff in his little post, just one little post, and it was just filled with so much to say. Y'all look it up. His wife is Miss Brenda Lester. Look up her page. Look up what he posted regarding this. Here, let me find it so I can read this to you all, okay? Because I feel that it's important for you all to hear this. Because this man spoke some really good words this morning. All out of care for his child, love for his child. I really wish I could find it. But I can't find it right now. Mr. Sean Youngman like to address Mr. Aguilar and our leaders regarding how we're treated, regarding everything going on, how you're just dropping the ball and letting all this happen to us, letting just a complete lack of care, a complete lack of disregard for your people. Near the end of his post, Mr. Sean Youngman said, "Enough is enough. Let our law be written by our people." Imagine that. Imagine that. Writing our own laws. Isn't that kind of crazy? Can you imagine us writing our own laws? Who would imagine? Who would imagine? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Guadalupe. Here you all go. I'm going to read Sean's post, okay? This is Brenda's husband, Sean. I normally mind my own business, but today was the last straw. Today we were on our way home. My window was shot out by a mixed-race black kid, a non-tribal member at that. His mother, Melissa Martinez, another non-tribal member, was passed out drunk at this problem house in our neighborhood. Where are you at, social service? Where are you at, social service? Kateri Hostovit's place of residence. How she keeps this house is beyond me. All the violence that has happened there, all the partying. It is a flop house for the down and out. My daughter was sitting in the back and was showered with glass. Showered with glass. Do you all know his babies? Y'all better do something about this. Passed out. Freaking social service. You're a joke. My daughter was sitting in the back and was showered with glass. Our top flight police department was called. Officers Pilcher and Satterfield responded. All they did was take a BS report. Not once during the time that I spoke with the responding officers did they inquire about my daughter. Why would you not ask? Why would you not go check his baby? She's the victim. They didn't ask if she was okay or anything. They didn't even come check on her. I'm sorry, but this is so frustrating. I don't understand where our people's hearts are. Where their hearts are for us. You're paid to be protecting and serving us. They were more concerned about that little mixed race kid. I asked to file charges of negligence and intoxication against the boy's mother. He said he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Now by he, I don't know which officer said this, but regardless, there was two of them. Answer me this. How many of you have been arrested for intoxication? It seems that our PD is only interested in easy arrest. Very true. What is it going to take for the tribe to act on this place? I think we the people need to really start pushing back and let our so-called leaders know that enough is enough. In our upcoming election, let's replace let's replace some of our council members. And our tribal president with people who really have the people's best interests at heart. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll through this. Let's replace our judges with tribal judges. Imagine that. Imagine having real tribal judges who weren't afraid to enforce our tribal codes. Let our laws be written by our people. That is so powerful. So powerful. After all, it is the Mescalero tribal courts. Mescalero tribal courts. Did you hear that? Did you catch that? Mescalero tribal courts. Everything that I've seen and heard in the last year benefits a select few. From the hiring policies at IMG to who gets their house repaired, to reinstate full pay to executives at IMG. Wait. This is so important. This right here is really, man, insane. Listen to this. To reinstate full pay to executives at IMG is jive. I sure like that. And greed at its best. Right on it. Just perfectly. Perfect. There are many tribal members, including myself, who've been waiting to go back to work. The Trump approach to this isn't working. I do not how this administration cannot see that. They talk about how we cannot afford this and that, yet almost all departments are driving new vehicles. Where is all of our COVID-19 relief? Where is it? Where is it? Because we just got another payment and we don't even know what happened to the last one. What really needs to happen is for our so-called leaders and council to redeem themselves and truly start working for their people. That's real strong right there. Working for their people. Imagine if you all did that. For some, it's not too late. Listen. But for others, your time in office will be short-lived. Thank you for your time, Mr. Sean L. Youngman. Mr. Youngman, I thank you for your words. I apologize. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for your baby. I'm so sorry for your baby, and I hope she's okay. Social service, did you go to Miss Hostovit's home? Check on those other children. Or you didn't bother because they weren't tribal. BIA, why couldn't we press charges? Explain it to us. Nelva, tell us why. This great, what is her? General counsel? Holy cow. The heck did I vote for general counsel? I hope you leaders heard Mr. Youngman's words. For some, it's not too late, but for others, your time in office will be short-lived. I sure like that. To reinstate full pay to executives at IMG is jive and greed at its finest. I like that one too. Sure, good one. Miss Melissa Martinez, it's time for you to go home. Instead of being with the person you're supposed to be down here with, you were passed out. Instead of going to be by his side, you were passed out. Go home. Go home. Miss Kateri Hostovit. Take a good look at yourself. You better start appreciating your home. Take care of your baby. That precious little girl needs you. You just keep messing up. Chief COVID Relief Officer. Who's the Chief COVID Relief Officer? Nelva. I want to know how many of you remember voting in Nelva. Because the last I looked in my code book, that's a little old, but I mean, that part hasn't been revised. That stayed the same. But I don't remember a general counsel. I don't remember a chief COVID relief officer, especially, okay, explain why we need a chief COVID relief officer if we have accounting. And we got Miss Great Sharon Scott in there. Why do we need a chief COVID relief officer? Double dipping. Miss Nelva Cervantes, what's your salary? How many times do you double dip? Do you get paid for general counsel, or do you get paid for chief COVID whatever officer? Which one? Which one do you get paid for? Or both? Both. Very interesting. What about the school board's conflict of interest in hiring of friends by superintendent and her staff, replacing, let me see what this says, replacing tribal members with non-natives. It goes on there as bad, if not worse than the other departments. This is true. This needs to be answered too. Miss Aguilar, Miss Robert Aguilar, Mrs. Robert Aguilar. Wow. Shouldn't hold that position as a school board either, because that's a conflict right there, isn't it? Let's look into that too. Let's look into all of this, all these conflicts we got, all this nepotism going on. I was told today that once the outgoing council member came in on this new council, it should have been, according to us Mescalero Apache people, according to our votes, Miss Nettie Folsom. But somehow, and I would love to know how, Gabe's mother-in-law got put in there. Who had more votes? I don't have that in front of me. I guess I should have got that. But who had more votes? How did that happen? A lot going on here. Has anyone looked into our housing? I got a housing note here. Housing. Where's all our housing money? Why don't we have new houses yet? I got a street right here. It's fully paved all the way around, and it's got nice street lights and weird wires sticking out of the ground for years now. I've been waiting for neighbors. Oh, I'm gonna get new neighbors. Woo! My people are gonna have roofs over their heads. Nope, nope. The more and more I drive around, I see my people in tents, living outside their family's home. Little sheds, these little wooden sheds you can buy. Shacks. You know, my dad used to live in a shed, and I just seen a shed. Someone's shed, an old shed they lived on right off the highway. That belonged to one of our people. What's going on in our housing department? Let's look at that. Let's look at that. There's a few more things right here that are kind of important, but I really think these need to wait to touch on. Let's see what happens with these next upcoming days, okay? I was told that a while back, we had a very lucky tribal member. Every time she went to the travel center and played the same machine for 3 days in a row, very lucky tribal member, played the same machine 3 days in a row, just a little before her feast she had. Each day that she came, that same machine hit. Do you know how much it hit each day? $3,000 each day. The same machine, the same lady, 3 days in a row. And then, who is the director of the travel center? Because I think she's related to him. Can someone let me know? Can somebody let me know who the director of our travel center is? Anybody? Who's the director of our travel center? Because I want to say this lady is related to him. Our systems of care, you know, that recently closed down. If any of you, I'm sorry, if any of you want to let me know who the director of our travel center is, let me know, because this lady, I believe, is related to him, and I want to make sure before I say her name, so we get it right. Back to this, our systems of care, okay? What happened to it? What happened to it? who was put there. I have a question from some of our people that voted for this person. I personally didn't, but you know, we have people that voted for this person, and they would like to know if there was back pay once she was elected. I'm gonna have to continue this, you all. Interesting. I'll continue this.